Ayurveda do not ask what's wrong with you. Ayurveda is going to ask, what are you made of? What does that mean? Well, as a caregiver, I'm sure that you have used to be assessed, you've been evaluated, and you have been even told what to do and when to do it. Well, in Ayurveda, we see things a little bit differently. If you come for an Ayurvedic assessment, for example, I will ask you some questions to determine what is your nature. So that's what I want to talk about today, about nature. And what is the best place to talk about nature? Well, by being in nature. So in today's video, we're going to talk about nature. First, we're going to talk about the 5 elements. And then we'll see how Ayurveda combine these 5 elements to create what we call doshas. And then we'll see how these doshas inform your style of caregiving. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jean-François. I'm a nurse, an Ayurvedic health counselor, a yoga teacher, a Vedic astrologer, and I help caregivers of aging parents getting closer to their true nature so they can get grounded and take care of their loved one. So before we talk about all the doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, I really want to talk about these 5 elements because caregiving do not happen outside of nature. It's really follow the rhythm of nature. Fatigue, your emotions, your patience, your nervous system, everything's follow the law of nature. In Ayurveda, everything in the universe is made of the 5 elements, including your body and your mind. The 5 elements are space, air, fire, water, and earth. They are not symbolic elements. They really describe qualities that we can observe. So let's make it simple. The first element is the element of space. Space is room, it's silence, it's emptiness. So in your body, if you think about that, space is present in your stomach or, in the space in between your organs, or just, in your joint as well. In order for your joint to move, you need space. And in your mind, the mind is huge, the mind is vast, and it's also maybe the space in between your thoughts. The second element is the element of air, and air is responsible for breathing, is responsible for movement, and is responsible for speed as well. So in your body, it's simply the action of breathing the air through your nose that's going to your lungs. But in your mind, it could be actually the speed at the mind goes. So sometimes, you have one idea, and just in a few seconds later, you are far from that idea. So the third element is the element of fire, like the sun on my skin right now. Fire is the element of transformation, metabolism, but also focus. So in your body, obviously, it's everything you're going to eat and it's going to be transformed into energy. It's your digestive fire. In your mind is the fire that transforms all the experience into insight. Water is the element of cohesion. It's fluidity, it's connection, it's emotion. Basically, water holds things together. So in your body, obviously, we are made of water. So there's lots of water that's hold everything in our body. And in your mind, it's simply the ability to be flexible and change your mind when it's necessary. Earth is structure. It's actually stability, endurance, and support. And earth is what gives you the strength to keep going. In your body, it's obviously your bone, your muscle. And in your mind, it could be either the wall that you built in your mind and you get trapped in, but it also could be the boundaries that you can fix for yourself in order to get better. All right, so now let's talk about doshas. Doshas are simply combination of this element. They are not personality type, they are not boxes, they are not diagnoses, they are simply combinations. So the first combination is Vata, and it's a combination of air and space. The second one is Pitta, and it's a combination of fire and water. And the last one, Kapha or Kapha, is a combination of earth and water. So doshas are a combination of the elements, and caregiving doesn't remove you from the element. Actually, it amplifies them. If you think about that, long day, interrupted sleep, emotional responsibility, decision fatigue, all of that shift actually the balance of those elements and the force inside you. So when certain of these elements become excessive or depleted, so it creates imbalance. So that's where the dosha comes in. All right, so let's look at how it showed up in real life for caregivers. So let's talk about space and air. Remember, air and space are the combination for Vata. So when air and space is increased in your body and in your mind, we see a Vata dominant stress response. So caregiver often says, my mind won't shut off. I'm exhausted, but I can't sleep. I feel scattered and overwhelmed. And this isn't weakness. There's too much movement, too much space, and not enough grounding. So when fire becomes a little bit excessive in the system, we see a dominant of Pitta dosha. So how does that show up? That's going to be the caregiver who's going to be like, if I don't do the stuff myself, it's not going to be done properly. I'm very frustrated. I don't know why they don't understand. I'm doing everything and no one's help. So you can see it's really not an anger issue. It might be too much heat, too much intensity in the system, too much responsibility without release. And finally, the last dosha, the Kapha dosha, when water and earth become too predominant in the system, we're going to have some caregiver, we're going to feel very stagnant and heavy. Someone saying like, I feel totally drained, or I don't feel myself anymore, or I'm getting stuck. I'm numb. I'm just getting through the day. Could be seen as laziness, but actually it's not laziness. It's actually an accumulation in the system. You are carrying too much and there's not enough movement. All right, so here's the things that I want you to hear. Caregiving doesn't create imbalance. It's just reveal what are your already dominant element in nature. And obviously, it can get imbalanced. Ayurveda doesn't judge this. Ayurveda doesn't ask you to push harder. Ayurveda didn't even ask you to fix it for yourself. It asks a way nicer question. It asks, what element need to be nurtured? What element need to be supported in your body? And once you know that, then you would be able to work on it. So this is why Ayurveda works so well for caregiver, because we are not trying to fight any symptoms. We are trying to determine what is the element that you need to support and you need to nurture. And once you know that, then caregiving becomes more sustainable, less depleting, and way more human. So if you want to book an Ayurvedic consultation with me, well, you'll find the information in the notes. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Ciao.